Who knows a thing or two about weddings. He's had 13 of them himself. Newsnight has learned that King Mswati of Swaziland, who clamped down on pro-democracy protests on Tuesday in his country, is coming to London for the royal wedding. Paul Mason, who most certainly doesn't have an invitation, reports.
The pomp, the circumstance, the blues and royals, the black bloc. Everybody's nearly ready for the royal wedding, but there's just one lingering detail that hasn't been announced: the VIP guest list. One of the royal VIPs coming to London for the wedding is, I understand, King Mswati III of Swaziland, and he'll stay here at the Dorchester, where a decent king-size room sets you back £450 a night. But that does not put off King Mswati III. He's bringing an entourage of 50. The people of Swaziland, meanwhile, 80% of them live on less than $2 a day. Members of the Swazi royal family have told relatives the king leaves for London on a chartered jet on the 26th, which will give him 3 full days to adjust to the rigours of democracy. On Tuesday, police in Swaziland clashed with protesters, dispersing 1,000 with tear gas, arrested the entire leadership of the country's union movement, and have now charged 2 key student leaders with terrorism offences.
Activists were demonstrating against the king because of the economic situation in Swaziland and the HIV situation and the abuse of human rights in the country, especially because in Swaziland activists are not allowed to demonstrate and all parties are banned in the country. If they take off to the street to demonstrate, they are tortured.
King Mswati is no stranger to controversy. With his 13 wives and $100 million fortune, he runs the last absolute monarchy in Africa.
The trials proved successful.
In 2006, Newsnight exposed a scam cure for AIDS in Swaziland, promoted by this UK-based businessman, and we obtained documents showing members of the Swazi royal family had personally backed the attempt to use the country's health service to run the experiments. If the king does turn up at Westminster Abbey, the democracy movement will see it as a signal loud and clear.
This is showing that the British monarchy is supporting what King Mswati is doing, because they are allowing him to come to the royal wedding, even though people back at home are demonstrating. They are not happy about the situation back at home, especially the economic situation and the political situation. But the British monarchy, it means they are in support.
Buckingham Palace was not in a position to confirm or deny King Mswati is attending. The Dorchester refused to confirm or deny he would be staying there. Newsnight has learned there'll be more than 40 members of foreign royal families in attendance and no non-royal heads of state. So where's the protocol for all this?
The bridal couple decide who they're going to have. The fact that it has a state dimension obviously puts it in another league, but they are ultimately the arbiters of who they invite. Royal families have a habit of inviting other royal families, and they don't necessarily invite heads of state of even very friendly and close countries. It's down to them. There's no formal protocol.
There may be others coming whose political record is controversial. King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia, repressing protesters in his country and neighbouring Bahrain. The Bahrainis have already pulled out due to tabloid media pressure. Meanwhile, the King of Jordan, where thousands are detained without trial and confessions signed under torture according to Amnesty, is sure to be on the list. So, even if we don't know the precise guest list, in 2 weeks' time we're set for a full English ceremonial. Choir boys in the Abbey, crowds along the Mall, the smell of tear gas in repressive monarchies far, far away.
Paul Mason.